Hi kindergarten, today we're going to do a fun little project together, and all of these items I got at our local Dollar Tree. So if you are close to a store, if your mom and dad want to pick up some stuff like this, they're more than welcome to, or you could just watch my video and I will show you what we're going to do today, okay? Some of the things that I got at the Dollar Tree were this little pot, a pack of sunflower seeds, I got some potting soil, and I also have a pair of gloves. And you know polka dots are my favorite, so I'm gonna use these gloves to just put on. These are gardening gloves, so when you dig in the dirt, when you get a little bit messy, just know that's okay. That's part of gardening and planting, and that's part of the fun too. Remember, we talked about the parts of the plant and each function, and we talked about where we should be planting seeds to watch them grow. The three main things that they need to thrive and grow are air, water, and sun. So for right now, I'm gonna start to plant these seeds in this potting soil, and I wanna keep this pot somewhere where it's really sunny. So this is my breakfast room in my kitchen. It's a very, very sunny and sun-filled room, so I know that I can keep this somewhere near the window where I can open the window. And you also, when you are done planting, you want to make sure you water that to keep that soil moist, okay? And so that that plant can grow. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my bag of soil, and all that I'm going to do is just try to open it up. And just like I would almost like down the seashore, I would fill a bucket up with sand or water. I'm going to fill this up about 3/4 of the way with dirt, okay? If you're planting more than one plant, or if you want to try another plant besides sunflower seeds, you could do that. I'm going to be planting some different ones, but I want to remember, if I can label this, that'll tell me that, oh yes, these are sunflower seeds, okay? So I'm going to get that ready. Just going to fill it up. And like I said, my gloves are here, and the cookie tray's here too. If it got really dirty, I could just lean over. I'm gonna put this down so you guys can see me better. Okay, yeah, Mrs. Cloud is for sure making a mess. So hold on, I'm gonna take some dirt out. Wow, I filled it really full. All right, so there you go. It's about 3/4 of the way filled up. And I can even push down that soil, and you're gonna see it's got some nutrients in it to help the plant grow, about 3/4 of the way. So then now I can put my dirt aside for a minute. And this is the fun part. I could just take one finger and I want to make little holes in the soil, okay? I would say just a few. You don't need a whole lot. You can just push down a little bit with your finger. And I'm going to put, in each hole, I'm going to put a seed, okay? And these are sunflower seeds. So this is what they look like. They're small. These seeds in the packet are not edible, but you can certainly buy ones at the store that are. They're a little salty. So I'm going to go ahead and plant these. And make sure you keep them covered. You don't want to put any, you don't want to have the seed exposed at all. You just want to cover it up and keep it down in the bottom of the soil, okay? So I don't even need all these seeds to be planted in the pot, because this is a smaller pot. I'm just gonna put maybe like 4 to 5, and I feel like we're good. Maybe just like one more. Okay, so then after I do that, what I wanna do is maybe just go ahead in and grab one more small handful of dirt and just cover those seeds up nice and well, all right? And then from there, we could pack that soil down again gently. And our last and final step that we are going to need to do is water our plant. Now, I have a little cup of water. I certainly will not be using all this water to put in this little pot, because it only needs a real little bit just to make that little seed start to grow, right? Those seeds need water, air, and sun, so I'm gonna water it. If you don't have a watering can, you can just simply, like I said, put a little bit of water, and you could see that that water will be sucked down to where we planted those seeds. And I want to make sure I store this in a really bright, sunny place where I can watch and observe it grow. All right, so I chose a spot right over here by my window. And each week, boys and girls, I will do a little video to see if we notice any changes. And to help you with that, I have this really fun plant journal. You don't have to use this journal that I scanned. You could certainly just use your own pieces of paper, your own little notebook. And the front cover says My Plants. And you are your own author. So you want to write your first name. Day 1, which would be today, if you're watching this video with me, go ahead and you could do the first page. It says, today I planted a, and you could say sunflower. I put blank and blank into my cup. What were a few things that we put in Mrs. Cloud's cup? Do you remember? We put potting soil and we put the sunflower seeds. We also put a little bit of water to help those seeds grow. So you can just choose 2 out of those 3 choices and try to write those words. And then it says down here, I predict my plant will look like this. And in this little spot, you can draw what you think your flower will look like once it's in full bloom. What do you think it'll look like? Okay? So from there, you can pick certain days. And, you know, if you're planning this at home, you can certainly watch and observe it. Or you could just simply wait until Mrs. Cloud makes the video and shows you if we observe any changes. And then after you watch the video or you observe your own plant, then you could write which day. Say that you're waited a week, that might be day 7. And then you could write what are some observations. Maybe did it form a baby sprout? Maybe is your plant growing leaves? Maybe you could see it shooting up a little bit, that little baby sprout. So you could just write one sentence of what are your observations or what do you see? Is there any change? Okay. Or if there's maybe no change, then you could write, I don't see any changes. And then you could still draw what that plant actually looks like. And in this spot, you don't have to predict. You're actually recording information. So you're writing one sentence and you're also drawing or illustrating what your plant looks like. Okay, so there's also going to be some extra pages. It's about a week's worth of journaling, and you don't have to do it all in consecutive days. You could break it up to watch how your plant grows over time. And on the very last few sheets, you're going to see that these few questions that I'd like you to answer at the end when your plant is growing and changing. So you can ask yourselves these questions. What did you learn about plants? So we talked a lot about plants this week through our stories. We did some experiments together. We learned about the parts of plants. So tell me one thing that you've learned, okay, by writing a sentence. And then at this last question, it says, what 3 things does a plant need to survive? And you remember at the start of this video, those 3 things that a plant needs, okay? You can go ahead and, like I said, watch my videos at home and observe the changes with me. Or you could go to your local grocery store or dollar store and pick up a few of these simple items and plant your own seeds to watch them grow. And remember, once this grows for about 3 weeks, it might take to fully kind of grow enough for me to plant it outside, okay? Because it's still colder and rainier, I'm gonna wait until like almost the end of May to plant this. And I wanna make sure I plant these sunflower seeds need a lot of sun. So I'm gonna make sure when I plant them in my garden that I pick a really sunny spot for them to grow. Okay guys, have fun, and I hope you enjoy your journal. And like I said, in addition to recording this, you don't have to do this in consecutive days. You could certainly take your time with this. This is another writing sheet this week that I want you to try to do at home. And the title says, How to Plant a Seed. What you could do is rewind and rewatch this video. How did Mrs. Cloud plant her sunflower seeds? What did she do first, next, then, and last? Okay, so you could write one simple sentence to sequence what do we need to do when planting a seed, okay? Have fun, guys. I hope you learned a lot about plants this week, and I'm excited to see all the fun changes that take place with our plants. So take care. Bye-bye.